Hey everybody, we're in an unusual place for my channel, that is the kitchen. We're not going to be cooking anything tonight, as you already know because of the title, but it is getting closer to wood stove season, firewood burning season, and I'm wanting to put together some fire starters just to have them made and ready and prepared for when the cold comes in. These fire starters are not really particularly for like those survival type people. For me, this is just a simple fire starter that you keep by the wood stove for when your wood's maybe a little wet and it's a little bit harder to start. Maybe you're a little bit low on kindling and don't have a lot of good kindling. You're not able to, or maybe you just don't feel like going out and cutting kindling. So just a basic fire starter for your wood stove or your fireplace. You're just gonna need a few really simple things: your stove top, your least favorite pot or your wife's least favorite pot. Then I went to the thrift store, actually in Idaho is where I got these when we were there this summer in my wife's hometown. And these were $1.50. So what these are is candle wax, or candles. So I'm gonna melt the wax in the pot and then you're gonna need a roll of paper towels. So I'm just gonna make basically as many as I can tonight, show you how they're done, and then we'll put them away and I'll store them till about October when we light up our first fire. So I'm just gonna turn the stove on a nice low heat. Actually, I'm gonna turn it on high just for a bit, just to get it heated up, because with these electric stoves, it often takes quite a while. But these fire starters my dad used to make growing up. I'm just making these based on how I remember them being. I'm not really following any particular website or recipe to do it or whatever. Just based off of my memory how he did them. You could also, instead of using paper towels, he used pine cones once, and I thought those worked pretty good. So I think the paper towel ones are probably a little bit better though. So yeah, we got it on a low heat. I'm just gonna go ahead and, well, I better peel this sticker off. I'm gonna drop the candles in there. I'll need to pull the wicks out after they melt. Yeah, that one's already melting quick. Maybe I'll just put that one down and I'll pull the sticker off later. So while those are melting, like I said, this is not really emergency use, but just like harder to start the fire conditions is probably more how I would put it. All right, so those are still melting down, but what you're just gonna do is take this paper towel, fold it up, and you just roll it up like this. So you have something that looks about like this, and then you just dip it in there, pull it out, let it drain off. The wax is just too hot right now because I just didn't want to wait all night for it to melt on a low temperature, but you'll want to get it to where it's just about, where it's hardening up just about when you dip it in there. There might be a better way to let them harden and dry out than a paper plate, but that's what I'm using just because it's nice and easy. This will take all night if the wax is this hot. I got to get it cooler. But you're only covering about half the paper towel. The reason is that you'll light this half, and then the paper towel will kind of work like a wick and pull that candle wax up. I'm not going to light a fire with them, but I will take it into my wood stove and light one of them on fire just so you guys can see how they work. I'm just going to light this up in here. The wax is pretty hard. It's a little warm still, but that shouldn't matter. See, so at this point, the paper towel should be acting kind of like a wick, and it's burning that candle wax, so we'll get a nice long burn to get a fire started. Just giving a little update, it has been burning for 4 minutes now, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime too terribly soon. It's been burning for 6 minutes now. Alright, it just burned out at about 8 minutes. So that's roughly 8 minutes of burn time on these things to help you get that fire going when it's really difficult to do so. Well, there you have it, guys. This isn't even half of the candle wax or even half the paper towel roll, but pretty cheap, economical way to make some fire starters. Like I said, didn't use maybe even half of the candle wax. But yeah, these should be starting fires for us all winter. Hopefully I get enough made that we could use one just about every other day maybe if we had to get these fires going this winter so we can stay warm. Thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't given the video a thumbs up already, please go give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you're not a subscriber and you want more firewood and homestead related content like this, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hope to see you in the next video.